Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and thanks for joining me. I definitely appreciate it. This is gonna be the absolute last review of the year. I thought I was gonna be able to do something last weekend, but I just got too busy. Anyway, today I have the Addiesdive. This is like the Rolex Starbucks homage. And this is model number H3AC. And just like the last Addiesdive watch I reviewed, I'm really impressed with what you're getting for the money. So let's check this thing out. Make sure you check out my Amazon shopping channel if you like this or any of the other watches I've reviewed on my channel. As y'all know, I get a little tiny commission whenever you buy something from my store. So whenever you do that, I really do appreciate it. So this is normal Addiesdive packaging. It's like a Pelican style case. Let's go ahead and open this thing up and then I'll give you all the 7 specs you need to know. And then we will talk more about this watch. There we go. There's your first look at it. So again, it's like a Rolex Starbucks homage, and it's really well done, man. I'm kind of surprised. Actually, I'm not really surprised because the last Addiesdive watch I reviewed was pretty cool too. I mean, excellent build quality for the money. So anyway, so there is the watch. Of course, you get a user's manual, which you'll never need because these watches are incredibly simple to operate. You get a, looks like this is a registration card right there. And you get a strap changing tool right there. There you go. All right, let's get all this boring crapola out of the way. All right, here are the 7 specs you need to know. So you're looking at a 41mm stainless steel case. It's 13mm thick. It's 48mm lug to lug. It comes on a 20mm stainless steel bracelet. It is water resistant to 200 meters. It does have a really nice Seiko NH35 movement inside with a 41-hour power reserve. And you do get a sapphire crystal with AR coating. Make sure you check down there in the description if you want to nerd out on all the other specs, like it weighs 165 grams. It does have a 120-click ceramic unidirectional bezel, and it does use BGW9 plus C3 Lume. And I'll show you that Lume shot here in just a little bit. Again, for the money, I think these are currently with a coupon. Let me see here. They are currently about $100 with a 20% coupon on Amazon. So if you like the look of a Rolex Starbucks watch, this might be the watch for you. I mean, you can save yourself about $16,500 from the original. And I've reviewed a Hulk before, and obviously this doesn't feel anything like a Rolex. But it's not bad. I mean, I have to admit, I hate to admit this, because, I'm not a big fan of these type of homage watches. But man, for the money, for $100, you get a ceramic bezel, you get a sapphire crystal, you get a nice Seiko movement, decent water resistance at 200 meters. Now, whether it will actually go down to that depth, who really knows? I'm guessing probably not. Maybe I'll have to buy one of those pressure testing machines to see if that'll actually do it. But just on the surface, it feels pretty well made. Again, you got that nice ceramic bezel. You have a nice click action to it. Everything lines up really nicely. Let me rotate this back to the 12 o'clock index here. There you go. Everything looks nice, man. The crown has a nice feel to it. Let me go ahead and unscrew it. Nice little crown pop there. You can definitely hear it. Nice screw-in action. Obviously not as smooth as an actual Swiss watch, but pretty decent. You got some polishing on the sides of the cases. You got polishing on the sides of the links. You got some like a mirror polish in the middle of the links and like a brush polish on the periphery. You do get kind of a cheap kind of stamped metal clasp here. I mean, for $100, what do you expect? It looks a lot like a Seiko clasp. If you're looking at it, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually sourced these bracelets from Seiko. It wouldn't shock me at all. You got the Addiesdive Caseback. It was normally sterile, like on a real Rolex, it's obviously sterile right there, but they got the Addiesdive logo there with some information about the watch. You do get a signed crown. Let me show you that. There's the signed crown right there. And guys, again, for $100, man, this is gonna be kind of a quick video. I don't think you can beat this thing for $100. I think they're like $129 on Amazon. They come in multiple different colorways. You can get like a Hulk version where everything is green, including the dial. You can get a blue version. You can get a black version. It kind of just depends on, you know, what you want. And it's kind of fun. I mean, obviously people are going to think you've got a Rolex on when you're out and about. It's kind of fun, you know, to, you know, let them think you have a Rolex on. But obviously if they ever ask, I would say, hey, no, this is some sort of cheap knockoff. But, you know, it's for what it is, I think you're getting a lot for your money. And it really does make you think about these other manufacturers. Like, you know, that Rolex probably cost $10,000 or $11,000. What did it cost Rolex to make the real, you know, Starbucks watch? What does it cost Seiko to make some of these real, you know, like 62 Mas and all these different reinterpretations and reimaginations of older models? It really does kind of make you think, if you can get these specs this cheaply on a watch like this, you know, how cheaply are the major manufacturers able to produce these watches? And are they then just, you know, multiplying it times 10? And that's what, like, say it cost them, you know, $10 to produce a watch. Are they just, you know, then marketing it at $100? You know, what does Rolex cost to make a Submariner? You know, those things are what, $10,100 right now. You know, what does it actually cost them to make these things? Especially when you're getting these, you know, really nice specs on a $100 watch. I think there's some real shenanigans going on in the watch world so far as what it costs them and what they're actually charging for these things. But for $100, guys, you can't beat this. It's actually a pretty nice watch. And I really like it, man. So anyways, you can head on over to Amazon and pick this thing up for, like I said, about $100. I'll make sure to put a link down there in the description field. Let me go try it on real quick. I actually had to adjust it, so now it fits perfect. There you go. It is a really good looking watch, man. And I prefer the Starbucks or the Kermit. The Kermit is the Rolex with the stainless steel bezel, not the ceramic. And I prefer the Kermit or Starbucks over the Hulk, where the Hulk is, the dial is green and the bezel is green. I just think it looks really cool. All right, let me go take it off. Let me give you a Lume shot. Again, I told you this is gonna be a pretty quick video, man. I'm actually going to my local Grand Seiko dealer today, and I might be buying myself a Grand Seiko. If you see a new video beginning of January of a Grand Seiko, you know I went ahead and pulled the trigger. So I might be doing that today. I don't know. We'll see. They're really expensive, man. I mean, there's watches these days, especially from the finer Swiss brands and Japanese brands. They're just insanely expensive. All right, let's go ahead and kill the studio light. Let's kill these monitors. Now, I already did like a pre-Lume shot, and it's okay. It's nothing to write home about. It's okay. All right. Let's take a look at this thing. Tell me what y'all think. And again, this would be a fantastic beater watch on a weekend. And that's what I imagine a lot of people use these for. Not bad. It hasn't faded yet, so that's good. Normally, the camera picks up more light than the human eye. So normally, the camera would say this is a lot brighter than it actually is in real life. But when I'm comparing the camera view to my actual eye, it hasn't faded that much. So, well, I'm sorry, I just take that back. The dial is almost totally faded, but the bezel, it's really interesting how cameras work. The bezel is still shining brightly, both to my eye and to the camera, but the dial to my eye is totally faded out. Can't see anything. No Lume whatsoever. It's basically turned back to white. So anyway, guys, take that, you know, if you want something like this for, like, again, a beater watch or something like that, you really can't beat these. Addiesdive, and I'm not getting paid. They did send me this one and they sent me the last one. I'm not getting paid by them other than I'm allowed to keep the watch. But you really can't. They've got tons of these like Seiko and Rolex Homage watches. And if you want something, you know, that kind of mimics a Rolex or a Seiko, you know, like, or a Grand Seiko or something like that, check them out, man. I think they do a really good job of, you know, and I think so far as the value proposition, I think you get a lot for your money, man. So anyway, guys, again, I'll make sure to put a link down in the description field if you want to pick this thing up. And as always, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you click that notification bell if you like any of my content, and I really hope you do. And again, this is gonna be my last review for 2025. I'll probably see you the second week of January, and maybe I'll have a Grand Seiko review. We'll see what happens. But that's about it, guys. Have a very Merry Christmas. Have a safe and happy New Year. here. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.